If you woke up this morning feeling different, if the air around you feels heavier yet somehow clearer, if you looked at your phone and felt no desire to reach out to people who once meant everything to you, this message has found you at the exact moment you needed it. December 23rd, 2025 is not an ordinary day. It marks the opening of the Soul Cleanse portal, a cosmic gateway that arrives only when your spirit has reached maximum capacity for carrying what no longer serves your highest truth. You are not losing your mind. You are finding your soul. Before we go deeper into what is happening to you right now, take a moment to anchor this experience. Like this video, subscribe to the channel, and comment "I release what no longer serves me" below. These are not passive actions. They are energetic declarations. They tell the universe that you are conscious, present, and willing to participate in your own liberation. This is not content you stumbled upon by accident. This is a direct transmission meant specifically for those who are ready to see what they have been avoiding. Right now, as you read these words, something is moving through your energetic field. It is subtle but undeniable. A frequency shift so profound that your nervous system is recalibrating in real time. You may have noticed it building over the past few days or weeks. Disturbed sleep, vivid dreams filled with people from your past, a strange heaviness in your chest that has no medical explanation, an overwhelming urge to be alone, a sudden disinterest in conversations that once excited you. These are not symptoms of depression or isolation. These are the early signs that the Soul Cleanse portal has been preparing to open specifically for you. The Soul Cleanse portal does not arrive when you are comfortable. It does not wait for permission. It activates when your soul can no longer tolerate the misalignment between who you are becoming and who you have been pretending to be. It opens when the gap between your truth and your performance becomes too painful to sustain. And once it opens, there is no closing it. There is only moving through it with courage, honesty, and a willingness to let everything that does not resonate fall away. What you are experiencing today is not confusion. It is clarity arriving before your mind has the language to explain it. Your heart already knows what your thoughts are still trying to rationalize. The people you loved, the connections you cherished, the relationships you fought to maintain, they now feel distant. Not because you are cold or unfeeling, but because your frequency has changed and they have not. And when frequency shifts, resonance either deepens or dissolves. There is no middle ground. You may feel guilt for this shift. You may feel like something is wrong with you for suddenly seeing people differently. You may wonder if you are being judgmental, unkind, or selfish. But here is what the Soul Cleanse portal wants you to understand. You are not judging anyone. You are simply no longer willing to lie to yourself about what feels aligned and what does not. Your intuition has been whispering this truth for months, maybe years. Today, it is no longer whispering. It is speaking clearly, firmly, and without apology. The people you loved now feel like strangers, because the version of you they knew no longer exists. They were connected to your availability, your emotional labor, your willingness to overlook your own needs to maintain harmony. They resonated with your patience, your understanding, your capacity to hold space for them while neglecting yourself. When that version of you begins to dissolve, the relationship loses its foundation, and what remains is not hostility or bitterness. It is simply distance, a quiet, undeniable distance that no amount of effort can bridge. This is one of the most disorienting experiences a soul can go through. To look at someone you once would have done anything for and feel absolutely nothing. No anger, no longing, no need to fix, explain, or reconnect. Just a calm, almost eerie neutrality. This neutrality is not numbness. It is freedom. It is your soul releasing energetic contracts that were signed during seasons of survival, not seasons of truth. December 23rd carries a specific energetic signature. Astrologically, spiritually, and cosmically, this day sits at a threshold point. The winter solstice has just passed, marking the darkest point of the year before the return of light. Energetically, this creates a liminal space where old cycles collapse and new ones have not yet fully formed. In this space, the veils are thin. What was hidden becomes visible. What was tolerated becomes intolerable. What was familiar becomes foreign. The soul cleanse portal uses this liminal energy to dismantle emotional attachments that are based on obligation rather than resonance. It targets relationships where love has been replaced by duty, connections where presence has been replaced by performance, bonds where authenticity has been sacrificed for acceptance. And it does this not through dramatic confrontation but through a quiet, internal knowing that shifts everything. You may notice today that certain people feel heavier to think about. Their names appear in your mind and your body contracts slightly. Memories with them feel burdensome instead of warm. Conversations you once enjoyed now feel exhausting to imagine. This is not cruelty. This is discernment. Your soul is showing you what it can no longer carry. And unlike your mind, which will negotiate endlessly with misalignment, your soul does not compromise. It either resonates or it does not. And when it does not, distance becomes inevitable. What makes this experience so challenging is that these are not people who wronged you dramatically. They are not villains in your story. They are simply souls who are vibrating at a frequency that no longer matches yours. They may be kind, well-intentioned, and genuinely caring, but kindness without resonance is not enough to sustain connection. And today your soul is demanding resonance above all else. The soul cleanse portal is teaching you a truth that the world does not want you to know. You are not required to maintain relationships that cost you your peace. You are not obligated to stay connected to people simply because you share history. You are not selfish for prioritizing your energetic well-being over emotional loyalty. This is not abandonment. This is self-preservation. And self-preservation is not only acceptable, it is sacred. As this portal fully opens, you may feel waves of emotion that seem to come from nowhere. Sudden sadness, unexpected tears, a grief that has no clear source. This is not depression. This is release. Your emotional body is purging timelines, memories and attachments that your conscious mind has been holding on to out of fear. Fear of being alone. Fear of being misunderstood, fear of hurting others, fear of being labeled cold, distant, or unkind. But the soul cleanse portal does not care about your fears. It cares about your truth. And today, truth is non-negotiable. Allow the tears, allow the heaviness, allow the strange, inexplicable grief for connections that are still technically present but emotionally absent. This grief is not a sign that you are making a mistake. It is a sign that you are letting go of something you once needed but have now outgrown. And all growth requires mourning, not because what you are leaving behind was bad, but because it was once meaningful and is no longer. That shift deserves acknowledgement. That shift deserves space. One of the most profound realizations that comes through the soul cleanse portal is this: some people cannot follow you into your next chapter because they are characters written specifically for the chapter you are leaving. Their role was never meant to be permanent. They were teachers, mirrors, catalysts, or placeholders. And once the lesson is learned, once the mirror has shown you what you needed to see, once the catalyst has sparked the transformation, their presence becomes optional. Not wrong, just optional. This does not mean you stop caring about them. It means you stop centering them. It means you stop organizing your energy around maintaining connections that no longer feed your soul. It means you stop feeling guilty for outgrowing relationships that were never designed to last forever. The soul cleanse portal is not asking you to hate anyone. It is asking you to be honest about who belongs in your present and who belongs in your past. You may also notice during this time that people begin to sense the shift in you. They may reach out more frequently, asking if you are okay. They may accuse you of being distant or different. They may try to pull you back into old patterns through guilt, nostalgia, or emotional manipulation. This is not because they are bad people. It is because your shift threatens the dynamic they benefited from. When you stop overgiving, overfunctioning, and overextending, those who relied on that version of you feel the absence. And their reaction is not about you. It is about them adjusting to the loss of access they once had. Do not let their discomfort pull you back into misalignment. Do not let their confusion make you doubt your clarity. The Soul Cleanse portal is showing you who you are, without the need for external validation. It is returning you to yourself, and that return may feel lonely at first, but loneliness is temporary. Betraying yourself is permanent. Here is what the Soul Cleanse portal is really doing beneath the surface. It is dissolving your tolerance for emotional dishonesty. For years, you may have smiled when you wanted to scream, agreed when you wanted to object, stayed when you wanted to leave. You trained yourself to override your instincts in order to keep the peace, maintain connection, or avoid conflict. But that training came at a cost. You became a stranger to yourself. You learned to prioritize everyone else's comfort over your own truth. And slowly, quietly, you began to disappear. Today, that disappearance ends. The Soul Cleanse portal is bringing you back, not the polished, people-pleasing version of you. The raw, unfiltered, unapologetic version. The version that says no without explaining. The version that walks away without closure. The version that prioritizes inner peace over outer approval. This version may feel unfamiliar, even uncomfortable, but this version is real, and real is what your soul has been craving. You may find yourself withdrawing from social situations that once felt mandatory, declining invitations without elaborate excuses, choosing solitude over forced interaction. This is not antisocial behavior. This is energetic recalibration. Your nervous system is adjusting to operating without constant performance. It is learning what rest feels like, what silence feels like, what it means to exist without needing to justify your existence to anyone. This withdrawal phase is essential. The Soul Cleanse portal requires stillness to complete its work. If you fill this time with noise, distraction, or the same relationships you are trying to release, the cleanse cannot go deep enough. You will skim the surface, feel temporary relief, but the core misalignment will remain. To truly cleanse, you must be willing to sit in the discomfort of emptiness, to let the silence reveal what you have been avoiding, to let the solitude show you who you are when no one is watching. Astrologically, December 23rd sits in a unique position. The Sun has just entered Capricorn, the sign of structure, discipline, and long-term vision. Capricorn energy does not tolerate superficiality. It demands authenticity, integrity, and alignment between action and intention. When the Soul Cleanse portal opens under Capricorn's influence, it is not interested in temporary shifts. It is engineering permanent transformation. It is restructuring your emotional foundation so that only what is solid, true, and resonant can remain. This is why today feels so intense. You are not experiencing a mood swing. You are experiencing an energetic renovation. The old architecture of your relationships, your self-concept, your emotional patterns is being demolished, and demolition is messy. It is loud. It is uncomfortable, but it is necessary, because you cannot build a new life on a foundation that was constructed during survival mode. You cannot step into your highest timeline while dragging expired emotional contracts behind you. The Soul Cleanse portal is also revealing something you may have been avoiding. The truth about who actually shows up for you. Not who says they care, but who demonstrates it. Not who makes promises, but who keeps them. Not who enjoys your presence when it is convenient, but who values it even when it requires effort. This distinction becomes painfully clear during a soul cleanse. You begin to see patterns you once excused, inconsistencies you once rationalized, one-sided dynamics you once accepted as normal. And here is the part that hurts most. You may realize that many of your relationships were transactional. People stayed close because of what you provided, not because of who you are. They valued your energy, your resources, your emotional labor, but not your essence. And when you stop providing those things, when you stop being useful in the ways they expected, their interest fades. All this realization can feel like betrayal, but it is not betrayal. It is revelation. And revelation, while painful, is a gift. Because now you know. Now you can choose differently. The Soul Cleanse portal does not bring this awareness to hurt you. It brings it to free you, to show you where you have been giving your energy to people who would never give theirs to you, to illuminate the relationships that were built on your depletion rather than your fulfillment, to release you from the exhausting cycle of proving your worth to people who will never see it. This is not pessimism. This is clarity. And clarity, even when uncomfortable, is always better than illusion. As the cleanse deepens, you may also notice a shift in your dreams. Vivid, symbolic, sometimes disturbing dreams where you are saying goodbye, walking away, or watching relationships dissolve. These are not random. Your subconscious is processing the separation before your conscious mind fully accepts it. Dreams during a soul cleanse are dress rehearsals for the waking life decisions you are being called to make. Pay attention to them. They are showing you what your intuition already knows but your heart is still hesitating to act on. You may also experience physical symptoms during this time. Fatigue without physical exertion, a heaviness in your chest or throat, tension in your shoulders or jaw, digestive disruption, headaches. These are not signs of illness. They are signs of energetic release. Your body holds memory. It stores emotional patterns, unprocessed grief, and suppressed truth in your tissues. When the soul cleanse portal activates, your body begins releasing what your mind tried to ignore. This is why rest is essential right now. Your body is working overtime to clear what your consciousness is finally ready to let go of. Do not push through this fatigue. Do not force productivity. Do not guilt yourself for needing more sleep, more stillness, more space. This is not laziness. This is integration. Your system is recalibrating at a cellular level. Honor it. Support it. Give it what it needs without judgment. The world will still be there when you emerge, but you will not be the same person entering it. And that is the entire point. One of the most disorienting aspects of the soul cleanse portal is the sudden clarity about past relationships. Memories surface with new context. Conversations replay with deeper understanding. You see patterns you were too close to recognize before. You realize how much you tolerated. It were verity, how much you explained away. How much you sacrificed to keep connections alive that were slowly killing you. This hindsight can bring anger, frustration, regret, but it can also bring compassion. Compassion for the version of you who did not yet know their worth, who did not yet trust their intuition, who was still learning that love without respect is not love at all. Do not waste energy resenting your past self. That version of you did the best they could with the awareness they had at the time. But now you know more. You see more. You feel more. And because of that, you cannot unknow what the soul cleanse portal has revealed. You cannot unsee the patterns. You cannot unfeel the misalignment. And trying to force yourself back into relationships that no longer fit is not loyalty. It is self-abandonment. And self-abandonment is the one thing the soul cleanse portal will not tolerate. As you move through this process, you may feel a surprising sense of relief beneath the grief, a lightness you did not expect. This is because, on some level, you have been waiting for permission to let go. Permission to stop trying so hard. Permission to admit that some relationships, no matter how much history they carry, are no longer serving your growth. The soul cleanse portal is that permission. It is the universe saying, you have done enough. You have tried enough. You have stayed long enough. It is time to release what was never meant to be permanent. This relief may feel strange at first. You may even feel guilty for feeling it. How can you feel lighter about losing people you once loved? But this is the paradox of true release. What you are losing is not love. It is the weight of forcing connection where resonance has died. You are not losing people. You are losing the exhausting effort of pretending the connection still works. And that loss is not a tragedy. It is liberation. The soul cleanse portal is also preparing you for something new, but it cannot bring in the new while you are still clinging to the old. This is why the cleanse must be thorough. This is why it feels so complete. The universe is making space in your life for relationships that will not require you to diminish yourself, for connections that will feel easy, mutual, and reciprocal, for people who will see you clearly and choose you consistently. But those people cannot enter while you are still energetically tied to those who never truly valued you. This is not about finding perfect people. It is about finding aligned people. People who are on a similar frequency. People who are doing their own inner work. People who understand that relationships are about resonance, not convenience. These connections do not drain you. They nourish you. They do not require constant maintenance. They flow naturally, and they do not make you question your worth. They reflect it back to you clearly. But before those aligned connections can arrive, you must complete this cleanse. You must allow the soul cleanse portal to remove everyone and everything that is blocking your frequency. This may mean periods of solitude, seasons of silence, moments where you feel more alone than you ever have. But aloneness is not the same as loneliness. Aloneness is a sacred space where you remember who you are without the interference of other people's expectations, projections, or needs. Aloneness is where you meet yourself again. And that meeting is the most important reunion of your life. What you may not realize yet is that the people you are releasing are also being freed. They are being released from the pressure of meeting you where they cannot. They are being freed from the expectation of being something they were never meant to be for you. This is not rejection. This is mutual liberation. You are not the villain in their story, and they are not the villain in yours. You are simply souls who shared a chapter and have now reached the end of that chapter, and endings, when honored with grace, are not failures. They are completions. The Soul Cleanse portal is teaching you how to end things with dignity, how to walk away without burning bridges, how to release without resentment, how to honor what was without needing it to continue. This is soul maturity. The ability to say, "This was beautiful, and now it is over," without needing to make anyone wrong. This maturity is rare. Most people end relationships through drama, blame, or avoidance. But you are being called to a higher way. A way that honors the connection for what it was while accepting what it is no longer. As December 23rd unfolds, you may feel pulled to reach out to certain people, to explain yourself, to seek closure, to make one last attempt at connection. Resist this urge. The Soul Cleanse portal is not about closure from others. It is about closure from yourself. It is about giving yourself permission to move forward without needing anyone else's understanding or approval. Closure is not something someone else can give you. It is something you grant yourself when you finally accept that the relationship has served its purpose and is now complete. You may also feel tempted to post on social media, to announce your shift, to let people know you are changing. Do not. True transformation does not need an audience. It does not require validation. It happens quietly, internally, irreversibly. The people who need to know will sense the shift without you saying a word, and those who do not sense it were never meant to witness your next chapter anyway. This is also a time to be mindful of who you share your process with. Not everyone will understand what you are going through. Not everyone will support it. Some will project their own fears onto your journey. They will call you cold, selfish, or lost. They will try to pull you back into old patterns because your evolution makes them uncomfortable. Do not let their discomfort derail your process. The Soul Cleanse portal is personal. It is sacred, and it does not need to be understood by anyone except you. What is happening to you right now is rare. Most people never allow themselves to go this deep. They stay on the surface, managing symptoms, rearranging circumstances, but never addressing the core misalignment that is causing their suffering. But you are different. You are willing to feel the discomfort. You are willing to face the truth. You are willing to let go of what is familiar in order to claim what is authentic. This willingness is what makes you a chosen one. Not because you are better than others, but because you are braver. Brave enough to honor your soul even when it costs you everything you thought you needed. The Soul Cleanse portal is not removing people from your life to punish you. It is removing them to protect you, to protect your energy, to protect your peace, to protect your future. Every person who is falling away is making room for someone who will honor what they could not. Every connection that is dissolving is clearing space for relationships that will actually nourish you. The universe is not taking. It is rearranging, and what is coming is so much better than what you are releasing. But you have to trust the process. You have to let go without knowing what is next. You have to walk into the unknown with nothing but faith that your soul knows where it is leading you. As this day comes to a close, take a moment to honor yourself, to acknowledge how far you have come, to recognize the courage it takes to release what no longer serves you. You are not losing people. You are finding yourself. And that is the greatest gift the Soul Cleanse portal can offer. If this message resonated with you, like this video, subscribe to the channel, and comment "My soul has chosen truth" below. Your words anchor your intention. They signal to the universe that you are ready to release, ready to transform, ready to step into the version of yourself that has been waiting for this moment. December 23rd, 2025. The Soul Cleanse portal is open, and you are walking through it. The people you loved now feel like strangers, and that is exactly as it should be, because you are no longer the person they knew. You are becoming who you were always meant to be, and that version of you does not need permission, does not need approval, does not need anyone who cannot meet you where you are. The cleanse is complete, the portal is closing, and on the other side you are free.